Hi, I'm Rebecca Chapman. I'm on the PGCE secondary physical education module. Our clinical practice piece of work was to look at different assessment strategies, particularly peer assessment, and how it was utilised and implemented in PE at the school that we're based in. So my approach was to spend the first 2 or 3 weeks when we had more hours allocated to research and inquiry, to try and observe as many different lessons and as many different areas of PE as possible. So I've had some Key Stage 3, Key Stage 4, Key Stage 5 lessons in theory and practical. And based on my own understanding of assessment, I collated data in regards to how often different approaches and strategies were implemented into the lessons. And some of the data that I found was that in Key Stage 4 and Key Stage 5 theory lessons, there was definitely more attention to detail when it came to peer assessment and self-assessment strategies, because they had more time to facilitate it, and it wasn't outside and trying to control 30 kids running around in an environment. It was sat down where they could discuss with their peers and actually integrate that into their lessons, so it wasn't just a bolt-on process. Based on that, one of our assignments from my research champion was around assessment. So following on from the data that I collected, I decided to focus on how we can effectively implement more strategies in Key Stage 3 practical sessions, because I think that's one of the sessions and areas that needs slight development in terms of progressing them on into their Key Stage 4, potentially PE theory lessons. So my observations then became more broad, trying to get as many different observations of year 7, 8 and 9 in their practical contexts. And then when it came to compiling data, I looked at where it was implemented, where it was most successful, how often it was implemented, and tried to highlight areas that I could potentially implement it for my own practice and offer suggestions to the department about where I'd seen it. They're currently undergoing a new curriculum and they're one of the pilot schools, so they are interested and invested in creating strategies that are more relevant and more helpful for the children progressing. So in regards to that, the data I'm now collecting is based on the reading that was sent over. How can I effectively try and implement it into my lessons? And then I'm analysing and researching and reflecting on the impact, how time consuming it is, and how I can effectively implement it and so the department can implement it so that it fits in and isn't just a bolt-on to physical education.